We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
What's up, you beautiful collectors and action figure fans? Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the incredible support of the folks over at Hasbro, I'm going to be taking a look at the new Ghostbusters Afterlife Plasma Series PODCAST, Lucky, and Trevor. Three of the new characters that are going to be introduced to us in the upcoming Ghostbusters Afterlife film. These are the characters that we're going to be having that will continue on the legacy of the original Ghostbusters. For the package, as you can see, very similar to that first wave of Plasma Series figures that we got a few months ago, where you can see that the package is done up to kind of look like, well, in all honesty, it just looks like a very dirty jumpsuit. You got the podcast name right there, the open window that fully showcases the figure and the accessories. Gorgeous Ghostbuster logo here. What's interesting, though, and this isn't a spoiler by any stretch of the imagination because we've already seen it in the actual trailers, it is revealed that Trevor and Phoebe are the grandchildren of Egon Spengler, and how the story seems to kind of center around their family and what happened after Egon basically died. Now, how he dies, we have no idea. We know that he's going to have to die because, sadly, Harold Ramis is no longer with us. So the death of him has been written in for the Egon character. But I mention that because in this wave here, it is very interesting that they've chosen to go with Lucky and Podcast and not release a Phoebe figure, who kind of seems one of the main kids, I guess, in it. How Trevor is kind of a little bit older and is adapting a little bit easier, whereas Phoebe really isn't. So that's definitely interesting that they've chosen not to give us this character, at least yet. What they do in the future, I have no idea. But you come around to the back of the package, and you can see you have a bit of a read-up, so if you'd like to read that there, let me actually make it focus for you. Sorry about that. You can go ahead and pause that and get any kind of information you may want. And then you can see that in this wave, you have a total of 6 figures, and much like that original Plasma Series wave, we have these younger guys, and then even the original cast in their older, more present-day sort of look. And by collecting them all, you'd be able to create the Sentinel Terror Dog, which again, really isn't much of a spoiler because we did see this in the trailer itself. So there you have Podcast. Here you have Lucky, who seems to become the friend of Trevor. But again, same sort of thing with the package. You can see all the accessories, the figure, come around to the back. Got all those other figures. I am doing these in 2 different groups, so I'm reviewing these guys, and then I'm going to review the original cast. And then again, you got a nice read-up that you can pause right there and read it if you'd like. Lucky seems to kind of be the local that was raised in, well, obviously, if you read that, you know that she's from Somerville, so she's the one who's going to kind of be welcoming Trevor and Phoebe. And then here we have Trevor. And again, you got the accessories coming around to the back. You got the read-up right there. And again, when you collect the pieces, you get the Sentinel Terror Dog. But for the packaging on these guys, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get them out here and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, so here we have Podcasts, Lucky, and Trevor open up and out of their packaging. And while we don't really know a lot about these characters except for Trevor and Phoebe are the grandchildren of Egon, and that Lucky apparently becomes friends with Trevor, there really isn't a lot that we know about these guys, specifically Podcast. The impression that I'm kind of left with in reading the bio, his what I'm assuming is his nickname, some of the accessories, things like that, is he's kind of a techie sort of nerd. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Everybody loves nerds. I myself am one. But starting off first with him and his accessories, you see that he comes with some type of a remote control device. Now, I don't know necessarily if it's meant to control that guy or if it's just I don't know, another controller for something, but it does definitely look like a remote control, which I guess it could work with this, but he doesn't come with that, so whatever, but you do have that. You also do get a pair of ecto goggles, and this is what I was talking about, that it seems like maybe he's a bit of a techie kind of guy. The problem, though, is his hair, as you can see, is really big, so it's difficult to get these on him. You kind of have to like stretch it around, and I don't even know. I mean, that's really stretching the plastic here. Not a really big fan of that. I kind of wish that these were a little bit bigger, but there you go. You can kind of do something like that, which I don't know how well that works, but you know, it is what it is. So you do have that. And then again, the bio talks about how he fights. Oh, he falls. How he fights off the little miniature Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You can see that you kind of have like a blob of marshmallow stuff here. You got a little peg right here that you're going to come around. You just kind of loop this around, and you actually take this and peg that into his back. I'm dropping things. That was his other accessory. So you just kind of plug that in there, and it kind of looks like he's got like the melted Stay Puft stuff all over him, which is really cool. You also do get another one that you can put on his arm. It's a little round section, and you just kind of fit it in there. But again, it's a little bit too small. You can kind of force it, but again, it does a little bit tricky. There we go. So you can kind of get that going for him, going up his arm. I'm going to make sure I get the articulation there. So you can have a little bit of like fun doing that. You also do get this little accessory, and I'm going to try coming in. It kind of looks like a little bit of a skull. I don't know exactly what this is meant to be, but let's see if I can. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Don't exactly know what that is meant to be. But he does come with that. And you got a little peg hole on this side that you can actually plug into the hole in his belt. So that's going to go right there. And then his other accessory, and I'm really loving these little Stay Puft Marshmallow things. I think they're super adorable. You get a little angry one. And, I mean, they're always kind of angry. But this guy really does just look stupid adorable, and he's like yelling. He's like, "Get out!" It's gonna focus. Like, "Get off of my lawn, you crazy dude!" I think that that's amazing. I don't know why. I just think that it is, and you can have him like, I don't know if you can get him to stand. Maybe. Not so much. Me personally, I like having him holding him, because you can kind of get him to sit in there grabbing hold of his leg, and it's like he's yelling and screaming like as if he's grabbing it. It's like, let me go, I don't want to be here, whatever. So you do have that. The other accessory that he comes with is the new Terror Dog. I forgot what they're calling it. The Sentinel Terror Dog. You can kind of see what's going on, though, where it's painted up here. You got this nice silver and the black and everything, and then it comes down here and it fades, and you can kind of see that it's a little bit more translucent down there. That's really cool. The problem, though, is it really looks as if he's kind of stuck. Like, there's definitely articulation. You got like the arms here, so there's definitely going to be articulation, although that's even fairly limited because that doesn't have a hinge. That just kind of rotates, it seems. So it's going to like plug in there. Or I don't even know if I have that in the right arm. I think I do. But you got like a hinge here and everything. I'm like, we'll take a look at more of that here in a bit. But it does mostly seem like it's going to be a static piece, which is kind of unfortunate. But I do love that little translucent fade that's going on there. That's really cool. And then taking a look at Podcast himself, get all this stuff off of the dude. Well, I'll leave that on there. Great detail on here. I don't really think that any of these really share a lot of the same pieces because they're different sizes and such. One thing that kind of is like his leg is, I don't know if I can get that to pop. That feels really stuck there. That's definitely not popping, and it's not lined up right, so that's kind of annoying me to get all this stuff there. But really cool, and I think that the likeness, I mean, while I don't know what the actor really looks like, I haven't paid much attention on, but I think they're doing a really great job with the likenesses on these guys. All of them are really very cool looking. I really dig that. You can see he's got a little name badge up there that says Podcast. Does have the Ghostbuster patch on that arm. And you can see in general a very similar jumpsuit to what we've gotten with the rest of the Ghostbusters and such. So that's really cool. Got a little belt thing right here. Articulation wise is all basically the same. You have a ball joint here at the neck. You have pin hinge joints at the shoulder, pin hinge joints at the elbow. You have a wrist rotation. Let me see. Does that come out? I don't know if that comes out. Yeah, that comes out. Oh, it does have a hinge, but that's a weird one. It goes up and down, although it's not actually moving, which that's weird. I don't know if I was supposed to take that out, put that back in there, but it does have a, you can kind of see like a hinge going up and down, which it doesn't move up and down, so that's strange. You have a bit of a ball joint here at the waist. Not much of a rotation, though, unfortunately. I mean, you can kind of do it, but again, I feel like the body shape is oval, so it doesn't really line up very well. You have hips moving forward and back. You do have a rotation, but as you can see with this one, that it feels like it's got the old NECA stuck thing, so I'm going to have to loosen that up. You do have two bends at the knee themselves, which is really nice. And then I feel like these are locked as well, so there's not really anything in the ankles per se. So you have to be a little bit creative with the positioning of him, well, to get him to stand and everything. But he does not come with a proton pack, so I don't know what the deal is with that. We have seen in the trailer that Phoebe seems to find the stuff, and then he seems to kind of be like interested in it. So I don't know. We'll see. As for Lucky here, as you can see, she does come with the proton pack. Now, what's interesting is this proton pack comes in two pieces in the package. I don't remember if that was the way that it was with the original Plasma Series ones, but this is a very rigid plastic, which I'm not a very big fan of because it does limit the articulation or posing options for you. So you just plug this into the bottom, get that up there, and then, I mean, I guess you could kind of get it, but this is not a bendy wire or anything. It's just plastic, so I feel like if you're going to be trying to pose her, you're going to be warping this plastic to get her to hold things. So you can do something like that, and that's going to be upside down, so you're going to have to rotate that around and get her, I don't know, something like that. I'm trying here, guys. I'm trying. Here we go. There we go. I mean, that's pretty cool. I think that looks really nice. Like I said, I just wish that this was kind of a different wire. Great proton pack, though. I love the detail in there. The paint, very accurate looking. I love that. I do hope that if they're going with Plasma Series stuff, they give us a full proton pack. We did get the Neutrona wand. It would be awesome if we got that. I'd be all in. I'd also be really excited if they gave us a full-size 6-inch compatible Ecto-1. I know we are getting a Phoebe figure. Maybe they're saving her to release with that Ecto. That would be super awesome, because I know we're getting a Phoebe figure. We've seen pictures of it. I just don't know how we're going to get it, and I can't imagine they're going to do a full just release of just her. I feel like they're going to have to do something else. But as you can see, the proton pack can be removed, and then you're left with the figure herself. And again, I don't really see any reused parts with this. I mean, this all seems like completely new stuff. I really do dig it. Great, again, very nice likeness to the actress who plays Lucky. Very cool looking. I like the hair. It doesn't really limit too much, but it is definitely a poofy sort of thing. Same kind of thing with Trevor over there, but really very nice. You can see there is no name tag on there, but you can see a little necklace on the inside, or a couple little necklaces underneath there, which is really nice. You do have the No Ghost logo right there. There is no clear wire, or yellow wire with that, so that's kind of interesting. Same articulation as Podcast with the ball joint, the swivels, hinges. You got the rotation there, double bend at the knee. You can see that she's rocking the pants tucked into the boot, but you can see also there is a rotation there for it. There is no hinge or swivel or anything like that, which is a little unfortunate, but you do have that rotation. And then for her accessories, all she comes with is a Neutrona wand blast that you could put on here. I guess I could have displayed that before, but you got the little hole section there. You just literally just plug that how's that go? Does that have a specific way of going in there? I guess it doesn't really matter. It just sits on there. This isn't all that heavy, though, so it doesn't really pull that down. That's really impressive. I like that. I know some of the early Matty Collector ones really kind of weighed that down. That looks cool, though. I really dig that. And then she also does come with this rover thing that this launches out of the Ecto-1. So again, I really hope we get an Ecto-1 that fully scales with these guys. If we don't get one that replicates, you know, the first or second Ghostbuster movies, if we got at least one that replicated how it looks now, I'd be super happy. Truth be told, the Ecto-1A is my favorite look. I just love that one. I don't know why, but this looks really cool too. Real nice paint application. You got a really nice reflective plastic on there. You got the little warning strips, some silver and everything. Very cool, and it rolls, obviously, as you would expect. So, really nice. I just find it funny, too, that they have a handle here, because obviously you got to be able to pick this up. But that's a really nice accessory. And then you do get the Terror Dog's head. Again, we have seen this in the trailer, so it's not much of a spoiler, but he does have a different set of horns here than what we have with the original Terror Dogs. And, again, for the building, you just pop that in there, and now you have a ball joint. But again, this is where you're seeing what I was kind of talking about, how the head, I mean, you can have it straight, but obviously his neck is going that way, so you do kind of have to keep it like that to kind of go along with the way the rest of his neck is, so it's like he's turning his head. So again, it's frustrating. I mean, it'll be a nice display. You can see great detail all the way around this. You can open and close his mouth, which is nice. Great color for the eyes. The horn color looks really nice. I'm not being the biggest of fans when it comes to the locked position. You can see where the legs are too. I mean, this leg's going to come out like this. This one's going to be standing down. So, again, it's going to be mostly a static piece that's going to have some articulation, which is going to be weird. So, there's that. And then we come to Trevor, and again, you got some extra accessories here. You got these little guys again. I just love these little mini Stay Puft Marshmallow dudes. These ones here, you can see, are like they're done up to look like they're kind of climbing each other. And you got like this one here that's like kind of hanging over, so you can literally, and knock over people, you can literally bring this up, and this is where they actually show it in the package and stuff. So it's like he's climbing up here and literally just kind of fit it. You just fit this kind of on the inside there, and it's like they're trying to climb up his proton pack, which that's fun. I really dig that. Much like Lucky, you can remove his. You just slip it on and off like so. You do have a peg here that kind of locks it into the back, which is really nice, so you can set that there. And again, a unique body form. Nothing on here seems to be replicated. I mean, let me look. I mean, maybe the thighs are the same. The thighs might be the same, but you know, maybe the crotch piece. Maybe the arms. I'm not sure, but different enough that you don't really notice a lot of it. But you can see that he's got like this unzipped sort of look. Got a little black t-shirt underneath there. This is definitely the kid from Stranger Things. You got that going on with him. But again, a really nice looking figure. And you do have the untucked look for him. Same articulation as all the other figures. Real nice likeness on him as well. That definitely looks like the actor. If it'll stay focused. Definitely looks like the actor that plays Trevor. I don't know his name. I'm sorry, but still really very, very cool nonetheless. For his accessories, obviously. So, like I said, I don't think necessarily that it is a spoiler, but I'm sure this has some kind of relevance for the film. And then finally, his Build the Beast thing. I am guessing that this is going to be his right arm. It's not going to go down here, but this is going to plug in. And this is his right arm. And again, this one, you know, it definitely looks like he's like reaching out trying to grab you, because when you rotate that around, that kind of breaks up that whole thing. So it's definitely meant to like be in maybe a position like that. And I don't know. I mean, although that does kind of look weird. I don't know. You know, it is what it is. But we're building this guy. super fun. But we're just gonna set him right there. But there you go, guys. There's the kids from the new Ghostbusters Afterlife film. Really very, very nice. You know, the detail on them is really well done. The articulation, accessories, everything is really very nice. I'm absolutely thrilled. There are some things that I wish were, I do kind of wish this was a little bit bigger to fit over his head. Other than that, there's nothing really I can complain too much about it. The likenesses look amazing. I just, like, getting some of these things, I just really hope that we get some of those extra accessories, like the Ecto-1. The Ecto-1, let's be honest, the Ecto-1 at this point in time is basically a character unto itself. So, we need to get something like the Ecto-1 to go with these. We did get that, like, smaller one that looks great, but it doesn't fit these figures. So, hopefully, we get that. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. If these or any of the other new Ghostbuster figures are ones that you would like to add to your collection, they are available in retail locations right now. So if you are looking for them, good luck and happy hunting. Once again, I want to send a huge shout out to the folks over at Hasbro for helping to make this review possible. And as always, guys, remember, who are you gonna call?